Herrick Simons, Matthew Hugenbosom, Larry Ross, Scott Kinder, Aaron Carr. Ready for a start in the 600s for the final race of the 600s for the weekend. And it is John Ross on pole position. Look out for our Hugenbosom. Blew his motor up in the last race and has been leaned to bike by John Ross. How's that for sportsmanship? So the battle is on for the second in the New Zealand Championship. John Ross is a new New Zealand champion after that last race, but it is just 3 points separates the 7-7 bike over and above, or in behind, sorry, the 43 machine of Alistair Hugenbosom. So I saw this bike wheeling across the pits earlier on, and they've changed his suspension. Nothing wrong with the Batubo suspension that John Ross is, but Alistair Hugenbosom is more suited to the, and those are set up on the Olin suspension. So action and plenty. We've had an awesome race weekend so far for all the classes, but certainly the 600 and superbikes have been a cut above what they sometimes are, and just amazing. And watch out for the Wolfpack Racing. Adam Chambers in 5th place. As I say that, he dives through into 4th place, and that is probably over and above maybe Jeremy Holmes out there. Jeremy Holmes had a bit of a clutch failure late on in the last race. So the pack's on. The bike out in the front, and that looks like to me 55 bike, the Greg Brodie Tiling GSXR 600, already had a race win this weekend of Wanganeer's Jaden Carrick, a man equally happy on a motard bike as he is on the 600, and Jaden Carrick in the front. Toby Summers is coming through. Remember, the battle was on for second in the New Zealand Championships. We're joined as well by Scotty Kinder. Scotty, what do you think about this at the moment?
Yeah, well, big surprise for me is the start that John Ross got. You know, he's got beaten up a wee bit there, and I think he's sitting down at about 7th or 8th place at the moment.
Look at Rhys Holmes there in 5th place. Rhys Holmes on the John Two-Hoy sponsored Yamaha R6, the man from Caddy. I mean, he was on fire yesterday and brought right up into 3rd place before he had a little bit of a problem that slowed him down a little bit. But it is Jaden Carrick out in the front, followed by the R&R Power Sports R6 Yamaha, the fastest man on the track at the moment, and we were so close to lap record times earlier on today. I think Adam Chambers put in, where's the Super Sport lap record is a 107.817. Well, he did a flat at 107.9, so the lap record is within the reach of all of these top 5 riders in that. And Al Hugenbosom sitting there in 4th place. This is what we've seen most of the season, but he's already had 3 wins in the New Zealand Championship. Had 2 wins at Taupo and a win in the first race at Manfield here. So watch for Al Hugenbosom coming through the pack. There's half a bike lead as they go across the start finish line, and Adam Chambers is now the quickest man on the track with a 108.146.
Big dive up the inside there by Rhys Holmes and Al Hugenbosom.
Wow, Rhys Holmes is looking for that podium, so it is there in 4th place. Rhys Holmes, then it is Al Hugenbosom. Jeremy Holmes had a clutch problem behind, and there's the New Zealand champion, John Ross, in an uncharacteristic 7th place. And we go down to, in behind him, Cameron Hudson. I talked to him before, he wasn't happy with his last race, despite getting down into the 108s. He's still in the 109s at the moment, but a man that's on fire this season. Wow, what an electric ride he's been having. James Hugenbosom there on 85, and who's that passing? It looks to me like Nathan Diprose has gone over and above Dan Metum. As I say that, Dan Metum riding his own GSXR 600 after the Hondas have, he's broken all those in the last weekend. He's got his own GSXR 600, so he takes it back over and above maybe Nathan Diprose, sorry about that. Let's go back onto the front straight, and it is Toby Summers out there in the front. Remember, Adam Chambers was fastest on this last lap. Jaden Carrick slipped down to 2nd, but 0.21 thousandths of a second between 2nd and 3rd place. So Adam Chambers, 108.146 his quickest time. He's now into 2nd place. We go back to 4th place, and it is Rhys Holmes from Caddy, mate, Caddy. And one of those places, the Gore of the North Island. That's Rhys Holmes, and then James Hugenbosom. John Ross is just a couple of places behind that, with Jeremy Holmes from the Southland Honda team on the Honda CBR 600 there. So it is Yamaha out the front, followed by a Honda and then a Suzuki. It's anybody's game at the moment. In fact, Adam Chambers gets the drive out of the hairpin there. He's reeling in Toby Summers. It'll all come down to a braking duel. They're side by side going into Higgins, and it is indeed Adam Chambers hunting down his 3rd Supersport 600 win for the weekend. Goes up wide, and Toby Summers gets in a little bit tight, closes down to 1 bike length there between them. They open up. That Honda's a little bit faster down the back straight. Jaden Carrick's dropped off the pace, or of these other guys up the ante now. I talked to Kirsten Summers earlier on. She said, oh, well, we've got 3rd done and dusted, you know, we're just going to go out there for a bit of fun. But right now, it is get serious time, because there's 3 points between 2nd and 3rd in the New Zealand Championships here at Manfield Park for the final race. Scotty Kinder, you got your money on anything?
Yeah, I think with the form Adam Chambers has been in this weekend, he's going to be hard to beat in this last race here. So, you know, he's going to be going all out for Team Wolfpack Racing there, who's doing a great job down there on the privateer Hondas, so, you know.
He's been faster in the earlier late race. He's now down just out of the 108s into the almost into the 107s. A 108.019. He went 0.1 of a second quicker and got a 107.9 flat there in the last race. He won't be too worried about the lap record. All he wants to do is get out there and get another win, as does Toby Summers. But the big race is on between Toby Summers there. He needs, is just 3 points in it between him and Al Hugenbosom. Al Hugenbosom leads it of those two, but right now Al Hugenbosom is sitting there in 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 5th place, with Rhys Holmes and Jaden Carrick separating those two boys. Wow, spreading out a little bit down that back straight. John Ross is way off the pace at the moment. John Ross on the bike number 1 is in 7th place. Dan Meddams moved up over and above James Hugenbosom. And we're followed by Nathan Diffrose, Mark Bennett, then Rex Fincher, Mike McDonald, Andrew Evans and Dylan Jeffries. Okay, yeah, we just got a bit of a management issue here and that. That was for the 250 production. That's it. Yeah, thank you. No, the other one's gone. So sorry about that. We've just got some incorrect points there, so we will update you with that. Back onto the track, and it's still Adam Chambers. And as I say that, he gets a big tail slide wobble coming into the fast left-hander in the S's. Maybe that's unsettled him a bit, but Toby Summers there now, who was quick? He's into the 1.7s now, into the 1.7s, a 1.7922. So the lap record could go here at Manfield, and what a final. What a great finale for the Wolfpack Racing team, who's been around the motorcycle racing season for a number of years. And I mean, team owner Jamie Rajek was absolutely ecstatic with that first win. Second win today, he was just about as happy. And of course, now they are eyeing up the lap record as Adam Chambers gets the legs of that Honda down the back straights. Now got about 120 metres there. Coming in 3rd place there, an early leader is Jaden Carrick, has closed right up on the back of Toby Summers. Now, Toby Summers has had some great form in early parts of the races, but everyone else is up to speed a bit further on down the line, and he's sort of gone from first, sometimes right back down to 3rd, 4th and 5th sort of area. But right now there, he is under threat by Jaden Carrick, who knows his way around Menfield, was indeed the fastest man in the qualifying down at Timaru and led the race as well. Battle on there for 4th place. Al Hugenbosom's coming there. He's into 4th. Then it is Rhys Holmes, and then it is Jeremy Holmes, the home show. And watching all this from about 30, 40 metres back is the New Zealand champion. Well, not New Zealand champion, because he's been New Zealand champion for 2 seasons now. John Ross on the WIL Sports Management. Now, Jake Lewis and Connor London listening live from Spain at the moment. So welcome on board to CTAS Live Timing, you boys, and you enjoy your season over there. And I hope Avalon Biddle's sort of keeping an eye on this, because Avalon Biddle is a teammate for John Ross, and she'll be rapt that John got the championship, and normally with the WIL Sports Management machine. But Jaden Carrick's coming on strong still in behind Toby Summers. The battle's on down that back straight. It looks like to me Jeremy Holmes is going to try and outbreak Rhys Holmes as they go into the Pepsi Mac corner, but no, Rhys is pretty quick round this track, but there might be a change of position there. Scotty, what have you been keeping your eyes on?
Yeah, we're just looking at Adam Chambers out the front there. You know, he seems to have just put a nice wee buffer between himself and Toby, and I think he's just going to monitor that now, and he's definitely got the legs down the straight, so I don't think he's going to come under any threat anytime soon unless Jaden Carrick can get past Toby and put in the 4th.
Well done. Lap record for Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Racing Honda CBR 600. Lap record that's been around since 2011 was a 107.817. He has now dropped that to a 107.654, and he's got a country mile there. He had 1.05 seconds, I think, going across the start-finish line as a lead, but it looks like 1.5 seconds there. So lap record to Adam Chambers. All he's got to do is keep up his concentration. We've still got 8 laps to go. 10 laps for most of the races this afternoon. A 15-lapper here for the 600 Super Sports, and then we go to a big 20-lapper for the Superbikes, mate. That's going to wear some people out. There'll be some tired people, especially the young Hayden Fitzgerald, who has also done the Superlight class this weekend, so 10 races from. The battle is on for second place. Can Jaden Carrick do it? As I look at the lap times, it's just 19 thousandths of a second on the track separating these two. Yellow flag down at turn 1, so grab the binoculars right in front of you and we'll just see who that is. They are upright, and a yellow flag down there for turn 1, so that means no pass. Everyone's just got to keep an eye out on what's going on. So Adam Chambers, lap record holder. Toby Summers on the R&R Power Sports sponsored Yamaha 600, and Also sponsored by Bike Talk. He's running Batubo suspension as well, the same as John Ross and Jeremy Holmes. Motor Oil, Summers Plumbers and Bike Talk Racing from Tamaranui. So action aplenty. They've spread out a fair bit there, but did we catch up who it was in the first corner?
No, it looks like a R6, a white R6, so I'm not too sure who that is down there.
Okay, they're coming back down pit lane, so hopefully you can catch up and get the front just to keep people informed. It could indeed be Mark Bennett there at the tail end of the field, but we will keep you up to date with that as the binoculars are out. Scotty Kinder helping out in the commentary box, has been helping out most of the season for various classes. Decided not to race this afternoon or this week today, and helping out most of the day. Adam Chambers comes through there and a 108.271, so he's backed off the pace. I don't know whether he knows he's got the lap record, but at the end of the day, the Wolfpack Racing team tells the people out there that he's got a 1.2 second lead. He's got to lead, he's got to ride with his head. Now, Toby Summers has seen it, and he's reeling in him, because remember, Toby was a good solid third in the championship, and now with the expiration of the DNF of Al Hugenboozem in the last race, is just 3 points separating those two bikes. So he needs to keep out there. There's one bike sandwiching the two of them, in between the two, and that is Jaden Carrick. So Al Hugenboozem's got a lot of work to do on this borrowed machine. This is John Ross's spare machine. He's got a lot of work to do to reel that in, because mate, it's still a tough game. I think it's 25 points for the win, 20 points for second, and 16 for third. So if he can get up there, or Jaden Carrick has some trouble, but then again we could see Toby Summers move up there, further up the line, and take a race win here. He's already had a race win at Timaru and had a race win at Taupo last weekend, so got every bit of ability to. Adam Chambers, the fastest man on the track. I tell you who, John Ross is in the sevens. So electric pace out there at the moment, and John Ross, I think, has moved over and above Cameron Hudson. So Adam Chambers, Toby Summers, Jaden Carrick, followed by Alistair Hugenboozem, Jeremy Holmes, Reese Holmes, John Ross, Cameron Hudson, Daniel Metum, James Hugenboozem, Nathan Diprose, Rex Fincher, Mike McDonald, Andrew Evans, Dylan Jeffries, and was that Mark Bennett, number 50, that crashed in that turn one. The important thing is he wheeled his bike back into the pit. So yeah, looks like it was Mark Bennett there. Scott Kinder was out with the binoculars, but not quite able to see enough. So wow, the money's on for the New Zealand Championship at the moment. John Ross has done it. The second place is up for grabs, and a big substantial gap there. There's almost 2.5 seconds as they go down that centre straight in Higgins. 5 laps to go, a 15-lap race here, the final race of the New Zealand Supersport 600. What electric cars it's been all season long. Mate, and earlier on there, I think in one race we had the top 9 riders all in the same second, all in the 108. So Toby Summers is down there in the 107s now, so almost on lap record, or the old lap record place, and indeed Jaden Carrick's dropped into the 107, so 4 riders in the 107. That's the first time, except for last race when we saw Adam Chambers just get under there and do a 107.9. Now he has done a 107.654, and that is the new lap record. In fact, I think he's, no, he hasn't bettered that as well. He's down into the high 107, so oh, look how close these are too. 107.9 for Jaden Carrick, 107.926 for Toby Summers, and a 107.930. That's how hot the action is. That's just less than 30 thousandths of a second covers the top 3 of these riders here at Manfield for the final race of the Supersport 600 class.
Yeah, we've had a moving position as well between John Ross and Reese Holmes. John tucked it up the inside of Reese a lap ago now, so he's starting to pull away from Reese Holmes down the straight there.
Quite a bit to there, and who's that dropping off the pace there? That is Cameron Hudson. No, he's certainly up the ante this weekend and had the ride of his season and really enjoying his racing season. You know, he wasn't that happy with his last race, but certainly he didn't get onto that lead pack like he did yesterday. That lead pack of about 7 or 8 bikes, he managed to tag in there, and for a youngster on his up and coming ride through the 600 Supersport class, that was certainly a good education for him. It was good to see him ride with his head and follow around and learn from the masters in our sport. And there's plenty of masters out there, but right now the master of the track at Manfield, and he'll be this round winner, is Adam Chambers on the Wolfpack Racing Elf Oil sponsored machine. Look at him go through those S's, and Toby Summers still has them with his sights. There's 3 laps to go. There's probably maybe about 90 metres between first and second, about 90 metres between second and third, and the Bice is on there too for fifth place on the track, and that's Alistair Hoogenboozem, is under threat by Jeremy Holmes. Now remember, we went into this race with Alistair Hoogenboozem just 3 points ahead of Toby Summers. This could change, and Adam Chambers there on 53 points down. He's not going to change for fourth, but certainly Jeremy Holmes is after some good valuable points, currently sitting fifth in the championship, followed by Jaden Carrick, James Hoogenboozem, Reece Holmes, Cameron Hudson and Dan Metham. That rounds up the top 10 here at Manfield Park. So the white flag will be coming out. In fact, the blue flag's coming up for a lapper, and that is bike number 15 of Andrew Evans. Didn't quite get it out there, didn't quite need it. The white flag will be coming out after the next lap. Just 2 laps to go in this 15-lap race. After this, we've got those that don't have a program, or the program isn't quite right. We're up with Pro Twin, Superbikes, Sidecars, Superlight 125 GP, and then the development class. Okay, we're coming in amongst lappers. There we go. And what's happened there? Jaden Carrick, is that? No, that's not. Oh, sorry, that was Dylan Jeffries. The bikes are very, very similar. So it's the front pack out there weaving their way through back markers. They will get a clean couple of laps, I would say. It's almost going to be clean for the rest of the 2 laps. But right now they've got to contend with that. Adam Chambers, lap record holder, has now dropped into the 8s. He doesn't need to do any faster than this. He's got a bit of a country mile there, 1.7 seconds. It's not really a country mile when you think of it, but he's got a good lead there and going for his 3rd win. He's had a lot of fastest laps on the track over the season. I seem to remember him getting the fastest on the track at definitely at Ruapuna, and I think somewhere along the line at Timaru. At Ruapuna, unfortunately, had a hole in the radiator and the bike heated up, so he used his head and he moved aside on the track to get out of someone else's slipstream, but still raised in heat. And that's good, wise thing. The man who is from the Hawke's Bay, but she currently lives in Perth and is a crane operator over there, crane driver, or whatever you call those people that are in the crane, picking things up off the ground and building sites. So Adam Chambers has seen the white flag, so has Toby Summers, so has Jaden Carrick there, and
Jeremy Holmes that just sneaks in front of Al Hoogie.
Oh, mate, this is going to change the position. It is looking like that Toby Summers is going to be... Whoa, wow, passing on the inside there under Dylan Jeffries. Dylan Jeffries almost leans on it. It wasn't Dylan's fault. It was nobody's fault. It was... yeah, Jeremy Holmes is going to be the meat and the sandwich between Al Hoogenboozem getting 2nd in the New Zealand Supersport 600 Championships and Toby Summers. They went into this race with just 3 points separating the two of them. John Ross is a clear-cut winner, and for the 2nd time, New Zealand Supersport 600 champion. What a legend, a man that used to run both Superbikes and 600s, and until a wrist injury meant he could only do one. They're handing the checkered flag over to Adam Chambers. 3 wins and a lap record. It can't get much better than this at Manfield Park. Wolfpike Racing, shit-hot racing, boys. Good on you, Adam. Here we go. Toby Summers is now 2nd in the New Zealand Supersport 600 Championship. Jaden Carrick goes through. Jeremy Holmes and Al Hoogenboozem won't be the happiest man in the paddock with that, but he's going away not hurt, and that is the most important thing, and still a good, spectacular 3rd place in the championship. So Adam Chambers won't be moving up, but he's certainly got solidified 4th. And right, where we got it on the track, I said Chambers, Summers, Carrick, Holmes, that's Jeremy Holmes, Al Hoogenboozem, John Ross, Reece Holmes.